Product Universe here. President Trump just ended woke for good. This is beautiful to see.
Next for you, sir, university accreditation is currently a process controlled by a number of third-party organizations. That's by statute, by law. Many of those third-party accreditors have relied on sort of woke ideology to accredit universities instead of accrediting based on merit and performance. This executive order affects a number of changes to the university accreditation process, also applies to law schools and other sort of graduate programs. But the basic idea is to force accreditation to be focused on the merit and the actual results that these universities are providing, as opposed to how woke these universities have gotten. So we're setting up new accreditation pathways. We're charging the Department of Education to really look holistically at this accreditation mess and hopefully make it much better.
Will we look into the past people that they've taken? For instance, I hear all about certain great schools, and then we read where they're going to teach people basic math that we can all do very easily, but they can't do. They're going to the top school, and they come out with a program of teaching basic math to somebody that got into a Harvard or a Princeton or a Yale. Is that part of this?
When universities are not performing appropriately, whether that's in admissions or whether that's in their actual instructional activities, that's certainly something that accreditors should be considering, that right now we believe they're not doing a good enough job of, and I think Secretary McMahon could probably speak to that better than I could.
So they're allowing people into school that can't do math, and yet kids who've worked really hard and number one in their class in a high school someplace in New Jersey or in Mississippi, they can't get into the best schools. What is that all about?
Yeah, and I think that gets to your policy, sir, of meritocracy, that we should be looking at those who have real merit to get in, and we have to look harder at those universities that aren't enforcing that.
Okay, thank you. And this pretty much does it, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
That was awesome and beautiful to see. President Trump eliminate woke for good in America's cherished universities. With a simple swipe of the pen, President Trump eliminated DEI and wokeness in universities by changing how accreditations are given out by the federal government. If a university is found practicing DEI and executing woke guidelines, then they will be unaccredited and they won't receive any more government aid. The flow of government aid to them will be stopped. Government aid will instead be given to the schools who are practicing meritocracy. Meritocracy, where the brightest minds from high schools all across the country are being given scholarships to go to these universities that will challenge them with challenging curriculum that will sharpen their brain in reading, writing, arithmetics, and other essential scholarly needs, not in the areas of gender, sexuality, and race, in the areas that will push technological advancement and America's success through superior intelligence. Universities will no longer be celebrated and accredited for the unsuccess in education. Universities who create the brightest minds and the smartest individuals will now take the cake. Priorities now have totally shifted for the better, as this is totally common sense from President Trump and Linda McMahon, a common sense approach to bring back meritocracy and to push a better education in subjects that truly matter, not in made-up subjects that push a woke and DEI agenda. A woke and DEI agenda which tarnishes the brain with its teachings that don't make you smarter and rid you of common sense. So it was brilliant to see President Trump want to celebrate the universities that are truly providing the best education by finding the best individuals from the high schools across our great country. Kids and young people who deserve to be there based on their intelligence and grades, based on merit, not based on any funny business. Because when you have the brightest minds with the brightest education, it creates super geniuses. When you have 9 bright minds in the spot of a bright mind, it takes away the prestige of these universities. And it's just not fair. to those who have put in the work and have become super intelligent, and it's just not fair to those who have the grades, as these universities are labeled as supposedly having the brightest minds when they have not been selecting the brightest minds. They have been selecting people based on DEI and woke agendas, but not any longer, as their funding will cease to exist if they continue these practices. Eliminating the woke agenda and DEI out of the prestigious universities in America, this is a beautiful day for education in America. A beautiful day for science, technology, mathematics, and every other subject that sharpens the brain and makes our young people smarter than the rest of the world, so that America can remain the superpower in the world. It is so vitally important. It is great to see common sense coming back to the United States under President Donald J. Trump. And it's great to see merit and meritocracy making a comeback. As if you work the hardest and you become the smartest through hard work, you deserve everything that you have worked so hard for. You should not be punished based on willy-nilly factors of DEI and wokeness. Those who work hard and get ahead should be celebrated and rewarded. This deserves to be shared because this is an important moment in the history of our nation. A total pivot from Joe Biden's DEI and woke agendas back to the common sense of meritocracy under President Donald J. Trump. A beautiful moment in our nation's history. But that's just my 2 cents, and you're entitled to your 2 cents. If you want, share your opinion in the comments below, as all viewpoints are welcome. If you enjoyed this informational and educational video, then give the video a like and turn on my channel notifications so that you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and God bless America.